JLP drugs. JLP drugs.
Tiene la pared de Agushto papas.
Agushto papas. De Agushto papas.
Agushto papas.
That's funny.
He cool though. He cool.
Yeah, he cool.
Dale.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Agushto podcast. Thank you, everyone.
Hey.
Today we have special guests for the second time. After like 2-3 years.
Yeah, like 3 years.
Give it up for Los Aptos.
Hey. Thank you guys for having us. Thank you. Oh God.
Yeah, thanks for coming for a second time after you guys saw how we were moving the first time around. That was if you guys don't know, that was crazy though. We were ahead of our time, and because we got an Airbnb because Gio won the giveaway, and then we just got crazy. And then we went to a concert the day before, and I drank a lot. I was really crudo. Like they showed up to record. Like imagine 5 minutes before this.
Yeah.
And I was in bed. I couldn't get out of bed. And
then Juan wanted to go wake you up. Right?
Yeah, it was the early days. I remember they told me, okay, you better come in here, bro. I was going up in the elevator and they were like, bro, he's sleeping. You're going to walk in there. You're going to wake him up. And I was like, what? I'm like, what if he gets pissed at me?
I was like, Univision no quiso.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, he's going to want to beat my ass.
Nah, I was. I don't know what I was doing. Yeah. To this day, I don't know.
You walk into the room. Where your clothes at?
I'm like, oh man, what's going on in here?
Sleep naked.
Hell no.
Oh my god.
You only had the socks on.
He's like, I just sleep with socks,
Bruh. It's just like one and shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Now the cool thing about that day is that we did 3 podcasts. We did Danny Lux, we did Dariel, and then you guys, and to be able to run it back and just explain to the people, and you guys tell us like where you guys at, like as artists, you know, and that growth that you guys took in. So thank you for being here.
No, thank you guys for having us. Yeah, that was the early days. I remember that trip when we came. Danny wasn't even like joining us at that time yet, but we came, and that's when I had signed the contract with Warner at that time. We came and we opened up for Danny, so that was like my first time in LA, and it was just crazy. It was a whole vibe. But yeah, thank you guys for bringing us back.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. What does it feel like to be able to sign with such a big record label and, you know, building that relationship? You know, it's been a couple years since you guys have signed that. Like, what has that been like?
No, it's super sick, and I think super like we're super proud of it too, because we're just kids from like Indiana and stuff. You know, our parents are immigrants. You know, came to the U.S. just like, you know, a lot of us Latinos and stuff like that. And we're from a small town in Indiana, so to be able to represent and, you know, and be signed to such a major label like that is a dream come true. You know, and we're happy and grateful that the team that we work with is a good team. You know, you hear a lot of these nightmare stories of people signing to labels and shit, and motherfuckers going sideways and stuff like that, getting their shit stolen. But we have a great team, and we love working with everybody, and it's all love going around. And yeah, we're just super happy. They're always pushing us forward and helping us with our projects and stuff like that. But it's super sick, right? Yeah, I'd agree.
That first time when we saw you guys, that was like your first experience, like going to LA, like signing, like just like the movie.
Yeah, literally, it was like the fucking Miley Cyrus song, the Party in the USA song. I remember that ass, because I got off the plane. I remember I was so I don't even like traveling that much, but I mean, it comes with the job. And I came and I was like, man, because first time in LA, small town kid, and it's just like, man, this shit's just like so much for you. You know, I didn't like it. I wanted to go home. I wanted to like do my work, but like the whole time I'm like, damn, I just want to go home. This shit's a little bit too much for me and shit like that. But you know, you get used to it and stuff. It was super sick, you know, seeing like Danny like work, Danny Lux and stuff, because, you know, we were opening up for him, and like, you know, he was more of like a pro at it, and just seeing him like do it, and, you know, kind of inspires us and like sets a little path for us, like, oh, like, you know, not that you should do it like this, but like, you know, it's a little example of what, you know, what to follow and stuff like that. But yeah, it definitely took some getting used to, a little bit overwhelming, but, you know, we've been growing over the years for sure. Yeah.
And then during the time when you guys first came onto the podcast, were we your guys' like first interview?
I think so. It was the first interview. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I was super excited because I had already been watching you guys and stuff like that. And,
and then I was all crudo. Yeah. I apologize.
That impression.
First
impression. It was fun.
We're trying to make a better second one. Sorry about that.
No, it's sick. Congratulations to you guys too in the studio.
Awesome.
It's insane. So super crazy. Yeah. But yeah.
Damn, I think it's being able to have a space like this and to be able to bring talent like you guys, for you guys to have a platform to tell your guys' story. You know, I think a lot of people think being a musician is, you write a few songs, you go travel, you go on tour, and it's really not like that. I think you guys can explain that it's tougher than just as what it is on social media. Everything looks cool, but you guys been through your struggles as well, right?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of ups and downs and stuff. Like, I feel like that we started off really high with, like, for example, the song Enamorado. It blew up a lot, and then sometimes as an artist you're trying to chase that high, that hit song, and sometimes it can be a little bit exhausting in a sense of like mentally you're like, fuck, I like this song. You feel like you're ass or whatever, but you're not. Sometimes it loses your perspective because you'll be ungrateful for, like, songs will be hitting 100K 200K, but you're mad because it's not doing like 36 million or 10 million, you know what I mean? But yeah, for sure. But it's also been really good though the past couple of years and stuff. When we came in 2023 was a crazy year. We got to collab with one of our dream collabs with Cuco and stuff, do that here, and we dropped the album Descifrar. That year Danny invited us to Coachella, Danny Lux. We got to sing a song that we have with him. It's called Tu Me Llevas a un Espacio. That was a crazy experience, right? Awesome. At Coachella, his stage was packed. It was like 3,000 people maybe.
4K.
Yeah,
it's nuts.
It was nuts. We did that year. What else did we do? We did Lollapalooza. We did Viva Pomona, which is also another little small festival here in California.
In Mexico.
Arre, the music festival in Arre.
The first year, that was crazy. Yeah.
That's fire.
Peso, Gavito, Fuerza Régida.
Yeah, everybody, man. I think when we went to Arre, that's when, like, the album that we're promoting now and stuff and that we're about to release, that's when that album got born. Because when we dropped an album, Descifrar, in 2023, it was kind of like a different vibe of us, People might know us of like regional indie type of vibe, which is still very much us. I feel like albums and projects are a reflection of what the artist is feeling like at that time. So when we went to Arre, that's when I feel like this new album, Temporadas, was born, because we were just so, like, just the cultural, like, everything. You go there and you're just hit by all this, like culture and music, you know what I mean? We started in Regional Mexicano. That's what I started uploading at the beginning, I started uploading covers of Tercer Elemento. Like, that's why I got into it. Like, shout out to Chris and Tercer Elemento. That's what inspired me to start uploading covers and shit. I like Junior H when he was doing No He Cambiado and that whole album. I went to the Smoke Me Out tour in 2018. Like, before the shit was like super mainstream, you know what I mean? So it's not like, oh, I'm just jumping on, or we're just jumping on to fucking bite something that's super commercial and we want to hit, Like, no, this has been there from the beginning. And I feel like that's what this album is. Temporadas is super regional, and it's to show the people, like, look, this is where we've always loved this type of music. Yeah, us as regional indie, but look, we could do this too, and we can do it good. It has more of the Belico songs. We were heavily inspired by Jaciel and Peso, and just seeing all that in the production, it was just so amazing, and inspired us to make this album Temporadas that has a lot of those songs that we worked really hard on, and we're super excited for the people to hear it. Tal Vez came out already, and it's doing really good, and we're happy about that.
Yeah, I remember seeing your TikTok video expressing yourself of how, how happy that you were that you had hit that milestone, pues lo que falta, congrats on that as well.
Yeah, for sure. It's super sick to see how the people react to the song and stuff. Some songs don't perform well or whatever, but like this song has been performing super well. Like, you see it on 2 days, 3 days, it's already at 50, and then you see it on the weekend and it's like 100K. So yeah, we're super happy that the people are enjoying the song, for sure. Yeah.
Damn, I feel like being an artist would be like an emotional roller coaster, Like, imagine you.
I know what you're saying. I was like,
yeah,
like, you take out a song and then people don't really fuck with it, but at the same time, that's something that you put on your heart on your sleeve to be able to take out something like that. So I feel like you're very vulnerable,
Yeah, it's something that we need to work on as artists, because sometimes we let that, like, the numbers and stuff, like, take over your mind. But that's when we got to remind ourselves, like, fuck it. Even if people like it, people don't like it, we making the music for them, obviously. But like principalmente, I want to make sure I like it, that we like it, and we're putting out something that we love, because that's what we did from the beginning, and people loved it. And that's when I think people like it, when it's authentic and shit. So yeah, it's something that we try to work on, is just like, fuck the numbers and just put out, like, something that you really like and shit like that. But yeah, it is a roller coaster for sure, because we have some really high highs and sometimes we have some lows, but it's all about keeping it going, I guess. Yeah.
I think it's good that now you guys don't pay attention to the numbers. At one point, were like the numbers like affecting you guys like mentally?
I guess maybe not so much like numbers for the song, like on Spotify or Apple, like checking those numbers, but definitely like the social media numbers, because I mean, it's really exhausting and it sucks too. Like sometimes like trying to promote your music and stuff, and then your video doesn't do that good and you're doing it day after day after day. And it's like not doing good. That can get a little exhausting sometimes, but like, you know, you got to remind yourself like, you know, fuck it, just keep doing it and keep pushing it. And eventually, you know, something's gonna hit. Yeah, the social media part is where it could get a little bit like, oh man, why is it not doing good? Like, am I just ass or something, or what, you know? But
yeah, because I feel like that's where like a lot of artists give up, because
yeah,
you know, they have a song that, you know, it might hit at one point, and then after that it's just like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah, people post one video and it's just like, damn.
Yeah, el público no perdona tampoco, because they're like, oh, okay, so you dropped this one, then this one gotta be better, and better in terms of, you know, the people means bigger
everything.
Numbers.
Yep, exactly.
Entonces like, fuck, es uno, you know? Yeah, I could see it. I could see why some artists get really frustrated, because you put like you do your best song and then you kind of like try to make the best TikTok to it and it doesn't hit. Like, I wouldn't know what to do after.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, like I said, it's our job to like try to see past that and, you know, try to just focus on the art and stuff like that.
Yeah, you mentioned that you were really influenced by Jaciel and Peso Pluma, and you did mention that you wrote like a corrido or that bélico style?
The bélico style, because our songs are mostly romantic songs and stuff like that. So we were like, you know, we're not going to change that up. We're not going to write about something that we don't relate to or whatever. Like I love, what's a Pesos? Like I love, what's the Peso Neton song? The one that... Morena, or no, the other one on Éxodo.
Oh,
Rubicon, or that's on Genesis. But exactly, for example, Rubicon.
Oh, La Patrulla.
La Patrulla. Like, I love La Patrulla, I love Rubicon, but like, you know, I'm not gonna write something that I don't relate to. It's gonna be fake, you know? So, like, we're a romantic group that writes romantic songs about desamor or whatever, or sometimes occasionally about different things. But yeah, it's like songs like Románticas, you know, we're super inspired by all those, yeah. Yeah,
and I feel like often we have the conversation of, you know, artists in the U.S. don't really write corridos because it's hard.
Yeah.
One, they don't live that lifestyle, versus like artists in Mexico, like they see that. They literally go outside and see like.
Or they do write the corridos, but they have trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delivering it too, because like, delivering it can be hard, because then the people can see right through it sometimes when you're faking it and shit. So that's why we didn't want to do that. We just wanted to write shit that we do, you know about, because people would be like, this dude's just like.
Nos vayan a quitar las visas.
For real, for real.
Nah, for real. Shout out Los Aleres del Barranco. Give them their visas back 2025.
For real.
Denle papeles, por favor.
Damn. No, yeah.
He's trying to go see them, huh?
I know. Good thing I saw him like 3 times though. But,
no, yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
No.
This was just trying to get some free tickets right now.
I know. I was gonna clip that up and send it to him.
But yeah, we just love music, you know, and we feel like we're super versatile and we can make anything that we really set our mind to. We're equipped with all of it, you know, like Danny plays the keys, you know. I feel like I'm not really good at any instrument, like fully like this motherfucker will shred on the keys no matter what. Yeah, guitar. And like I feel like I'm pretty mid at everything, but I can do everything and just create something that I like to hear, you know what I mean? And then I get people like, hey bro, like this is my idea, deliver. You know, I'm more the producer side, like the creative direction of it and stuff like that. When we can create like anything. So this was like our shot at like, hey, look, we could do this too. You know what I mean? We're super talented and we just love music, and we'll make anything that we really like to, you know. I really look up to like Tyler, the Creator, is one of my favorite artists and stuff. And he makes music that's like super intricate and like beautiful. It'll have like 3 bridges and stuff. And like the song is just completely insane with crazy chords, and sometimes he'll make like a rap song and he'll be like, look, motherfucker, like I can rap too. And that's kind of like, I've been using that analogy a little bit for us too, because like, hey, like you guys know us as this indie vibe, which we love and we still represent, but look, motherfucker, I could rap too, metaphorically, you know, not rap. I could do regional. Nah, I can't rap.
But the beat.
But like metaphorically, like, hey, I can make songs like super regional también. You know, that's what I grew up on, and I could do that too. It was always from the beginning, and we love that. And I feel like people will be able to see with these songs, they're super catchy and super good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really badass that you mentioned that you're able to create like the sounds that you want. I've seen a video of Tyler, the Creator, like literally making a beat, and then you would think Tyler the creator would be like an artist where people send him beats. I'm pretty sure people still
Yeah.
send him beats, but like you could tell that he still wants to be involved in that
Yeah.
creative process of like making the beat, you know, putting everything together all the way to the vocals. So I feel like a lot of artists can't do that. Just from the beginning all the way to the end. Like, okay, I'm gonna complete the song. And it's gonna be on the album, and it's gonna be good. So
yeah, we're super hands on with it. The whole project is like, you know, produced by us completely. You know, I would make the rough draft at home, send it to Danny, be like, Danny puts his part right here, and then if we need charchetas, we need trombone, we need some requinto, we need some guitar. We have our musicians that do it for us. You know, we have the idea and the creative direction, and they help us like execute it. But yeah, we're super hands on from the beginning to the end, making sure that the final product is exactly what we want and how we envisioned it. For sure.
And then how do you guys choose what songs you guys want on the album? I'm pretty sure you guys make thousands of songs in it.
Yeah.
You know, it just comes down to choosing a couple.
Yeah, do you guys like fight between each other? Like, oh, this one gotta make it. Like, yeah, you dumb.
Nah, we're usually like
Oh,
sometimes we'll, like Johnny or like Danny will be like, no, I really like this one, and then I'll be like, I don't know if that one's it or
that one's not it, champ,
or whatever. But yeah, we're usually like making the songs like, you know, one by one and stuff, and then usually by the time like the song is like fully mixed or whatever, or we have like a rough mix, we know like this one hits, like this one's good, it's gonna be on the album. And then occasionally there'll be one that's like, I don't know if it's that good, we'll finish it, nobody will really say nothing, and then I'll be listening to it and I'm just like, it's not hitting. Like, you know, that's something that we've learned from, you know, making music. Now that we make projects, we make sure that every single song that we like, you know, we can stand it. Cause sometimes like at the very beginning stages, you know, artists try to make albums with a shit ton of songs just to have a body of work, and there's just like maybe some shit in there, you know, that's not that good. Like I've like, you know, experienced in the past where I've dropped something that I didn't really like, and then I go back and listen to it and I'm like, this shit is so fucking ass. Like, you know, like sometimes my parents are listening to the old ass songs that are so ass and they love them so much, and I'm just like, this song, or my dad, he loves them, I'm like, this song is so ass, but they love them, you know. But you know, that's a part of it, you know, growing as an artist and stuff like that. But sometimes it's just us being our worst critique, you know, because, you know, we grow us and we're like, oh, that shit's ass, but some people really like it still, and we're super grateful for all those. But yeah, when we're making songs now, we make sure that we love every single one, and it just represents the project well.
All right, guys, we are back from the break, and you know, we had a little conversation like off camera and everything, and we need you guys to help us out with something that we have going on right now, which is this weekend at Coachella. You know, you guys been to Coachella before?
Yes.
So explain to you guys want to explain to him?
So basically,
start off and we'll take off.
There's 3 rooms.
We got an Airbnb, right?
Yeah, we got a nice ass Airbnb. Like we went too crazy with it, to be honest. Like
it was a good deal. It was a good deal.
Yeah, it was a good deal, but it's a really nice house, fat pool, like.
So there's 3 rooms. One of them is a master. The other one's like, you know, all right room. You know, they both have like queen beds. The third room has 2 beds. Like 2 twins.
Twins. Like a hotel room type shit.
Yeah.
But the master also has
a walk-in restroom.
Yeah, like its own restroom type shit, you know?
So he has a girlfriend. So like, you know, he needs like to be with his girl. I have a girlfriend as well.
Hey,
and I know just so they know.
Okay, let me listen.
And this was single as fuck, you know? As
like,
fuck.
se va soltero solo.
So we're telling him like, hey, you know, you don't got a girl, like you could take like the small bed, and if you find someone, like, you know, there's another bed right there or whatever. But he wants the master.
Bro.
No. We're just saying who should have it. Like,
who deserves it?
Look.
Equally.
You guys can ask this question like, hey, you know, like who booked it? Like, you know, who got the tickets and everything.
Yeah, who booked it? Who booked? Okay.
No. But
whoever usually.
But it was
he booked it. You know, but we all paid.
It was equally. It was equally.
You know, keep it.
But you can ask questions like who found it, who booked it, who you know who got the tickets.
Yeah, because usually when we're going on trips, whether if it's business or not, if I fucking booked it, like sometimes I'll go with friends and like they'll still pay me, but like, dog, I booked it. I went through the thing and I found it and I sent it to y'all and waited for y'all to send me y'all opinion and like,
dude,
okay,
what?
That
I didn't even think about that.
Maybe I'm just being biased because I usually take the fucking.
You take the lead.
I take the master bedroom and stuff like that. But yeah, if you have a girlfriend, I feel like you guys should probably get the private room. I don't know.
There you go.
No, regardless, but what does it have to do with anything, though?
Regardless, everybody has a private room, right?
Regardless.
That's good.
Like, so automatically,
you think he's really gonna take someone home with him?
Damn, hey, you never know. You never know. It's Coachella.
He automatically eliminated you. We're left to 2.
You know what?
Ask more questions.
You know, another important factor. You know, my girlfriend's birthday, you know. Be a homie. Be a homie. It's my girlfriend's birthday, you know.
Now, what does that have to do with anything? To be honest,
You're
with you.
out, pa.
Whose birthday?
You're out. You're out.
¿Vamos a hacerle una fiesta?
Yeah. You're out.
Okay, maybe like what?
You know, échame la mano, compa. You know, we've been friends since first grade.
I know.
We started the podcast together. We started in the one-car garage. Hazme el paro, pa.
No, but hell no. That's because that's doing too much.
You're out, pa.
What are you doing one day? No.
Duérmete en la puta verga.
It's because imagine, because I got a girlfriend. Imagine these dudes, you know, regardless whoever gets the master bedroom, they one of them walks into the room with 2 beds. Boy, that girl gonna be pissed at them. They're gonna be like, bruh.
Who cares?
Nah, I guess.
Straight up, put the 2 beds together.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
Wait till marriage, the fuck.
Okay, we're left to 2.
Hey, straight up. Wait, what'd you say?
You said
Wait till marriage, the fuck. Yeah. That's contrato, ¿qué? Just saying. Swear like fucking Coachella got him a contract too.
Si te traes una, pues put the bed together, and then look, you put a blanket over it.
Doesn't really happen. It's as you know.
Never happened. Never happened. Never has happened.
I never doubt his game. Never.
Like I feel like if I were single, I'd be like, hey, you know, like y'all take the rooms and I'll get the little ass bed right here.
If I booked it, I'm taking the master. But if y'all come to an agreement, he's like, hey, bro, like, come on, it's my girl. It's my girl's. It's my girl's birthday.
I feel like he should offer something. That's what I was gonna say. He has to offer something.
We needed like 2 tickets left, and then we had to pay like $2,000 for like 2 tickets. So then, like I was telling him, I was like, hey, if it was my girlfriend's birthday, like I would do anything. Like I'd pay you guys maybe like $500 or some shit, whatever the fuck it is,
right?
To get the master, you know?
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to do anything. He just wants to like.
The Airbnb is paid for. Like échame la mano.
But échame la mano tú.
I'm talking about Diego.
Nah.
At that point,
I'll call the police on you.
At that point, y'all gotta flip a coin, no
Type
cap.
or rock, paper, scissors.
No, I
type
think he
shit.
has to offer something. Like I'd be cool
You
with
have
it.
to offer.
Yeah, and then I was telling him, why don't you drive there?
I'll drive there.
You drive there and you'll get the master.
Oh, okay. See, now that's
You get, okay, so you're gonna
2-hour
drive us. You're gonna drive us there.
Yeah.
No, because his dumbass will be like, I said I'll drive. I never said you guys.
Yeah.
damn. He'll find the loophole.
All right. That was a little conversation that we had between each other, and it's funny because on the way back from LA when we were here last week in the studio,
We fought for like an hour.
we literally like, no, I get it, like no, equal.
Nah, just as for Angel.
equal rights, you know, but.
Low key, huh? Justice for Angel.
Because you said you were gonna bring someone, and like you were so sure you're gonna bring someone. Like
No, but then I was like, you know what? That's not what life's about. That's what I said.
so, we're calling that third room Angel and Friends room.
Hey.
Oh.
Now, what do you think about this, Danny?
Man.
I need backup.
I need back.
like that's what I needed.
Call support.
I think
Call
you,
a friend.
I think you could put both of the beds together. You feel me?
Fuck it. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
you know, y'all
Sadly.
in a cool crib, Coachella. Fuck it, you know.
Why do I always gotta be the bigger person? Oh God. Why can't I throw a fit?
You chose
All right.
to be the bigger person.
You know, I have a question
Oh.
regarding Coachella. Like, what was your guys'
not like that.
experience like?
It was super crazy. We went
So
the
awesome.
second weekend. You know, fortunately, it was so cool that Danny Lux invited us to play Tu Me Llevas un Espacio with him at his set. It was so crazy. Like, man, it was like 3,000 people in there, and it was just super electric to be there because Coachella is like, you know, one of the biggest festivals in the world. I never thought I'd be there that soon, like in my career. So it was crazy. And like, since like we had like the artist passes or whatever, and like back there in like the artist campus, you just like see hella motherfuckers.
Everybody.
Just like, what the hell am I doing here? You know what I mean?
We saw Jaden Smith
Yeah.
back there too. He was just chilling, bro.
Yeah.
And the
Crazy.
festival itself, I think, is super great. Like, it's super well organized and everything. And the food's really good and shit like that. But it was super sick. We had a cool Airbnb también with a nice pool
Yeah.
and stuff. So
Mini golf too.
Yeah.
It was dope.
Yeah, that's cool. It's funny how you mentioned like you guys saw Jaden Smith because like you see a shitload of people there.
Shit.
I just walking by, like, what are you supposed to do?
I remember
Yeah.
we were at Will Call when we 'cause we went last year. We saw what's up?
My bad. I don't know how to act in public.
It's one of the Kardashians.
No, it was the drummer guy. What's
The drummer guy?
Oh, Travis Barker.
Barker. Yeah, yeah.
Son. His
Oh,
son.
Landon
snap.
Barker.
Landon Barker and like the Charlie D'Amelio or something.
Okay,
like that.
okay, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
like,
shit.
in front
Yeah,
of
yeah,
us,
like-
next to us,
like-
right. And then I was like,
no.
I'm like, hey, Angel, like that's the.
Mind you, I was not aware.
Kardashian's like boyfriends. Like, I was telling him who that was, right? Bro, this one started dogging this shit up. Like,
No, I was like, wait, that one? It's because I go try to get a good look.
and they were turning around like, hey, look. chill out.
Oh shit!
No, it's because I wasn't focused on like how I would look to them, but I was just like,
No, but you
because it was a little dark.
honestly, you do that a lot. Like when we tell you to look at somebody, like you go like,
Bro,
My
be like
bad,
where?
I don't know how to be. I don't know how to be chill. I mean, like, look,
exactly like that.
look,
Be
look,
where?
to your left.
like yo,
Be like, bro.
I just do it quick because ¿qué tal si se va?
Be like, bro. Don't look right now, but Post Malone's right there. Where?
yeah, literally like that. Literally like that.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's funny.
Yeah, when you run into like famous people, I think it's kind of crazy because then you think like, damn, what am I doing here? You know?
Yeah, it was just
Well,
so
you'll see
crazy.
because I didn't sing or nothing, but
Yeah,
see.
we were
Yeah,
there.
should've been there.
Yeah, we were there with Google too. Google was with us.
Google got to perform too with Donnie.
Santi was there. Santi was with us
there
too. It was crazy.
dope.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever had like a starstruck moment where you're like, no way, like that guy is right there, or guy or girl, you know?
Well, it was crazy because I think after we performed, we went backstage and Becky G was back there with Edgar Barrera.
Yeah, because
And
we
there
went
was
to
a lot
go
of
see
people.
we went to go see Becky G set, like all of us, like Santi, Cuco, and all of us, Danny and we saw it, and then when it's over, like everybody who has the artist pass like goes back there, and we went back there to like where she was at, because we have like the same booking agent and stuff, so like, you know, we were around the same people, so we went back there, and then like Becky G was standing right there, and then Edgar Barrera, I mean, I'm sure you guys know who he is. I mean, super crazy producer that, you know, we love and admire, and he was there, and we got to talk to him and shit. We're like, fuck, it was just super crazy. It was,
And then I think thinking back now, we got to open up for Becky G in August or something like that. So it was like, now thinking about it, it's dope that, you know, we got to see her at Coachella.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we get to open up for her and her show.
Yeah,
So
she's
that's
super
kinda
nice. Yeah, super nice person. That event was crazy too.
was nuts.
That was like one of the biggest stages that we performed. That it was super. I was like so nervous for that one.
How do you prepare yourselves for something like that? You know, I feel like being nervous on stage is like, it's hard to control, you know?
Yeah, it's
What goes through your guys' mind? Like you see all the people, like, you know, you're sure of what you're doing, but then even then, like what?
First thing I'm like, where are all the ladies at?
Damn. Okay, Daddy. I was gonna say same, but no, you couldn't back me up earlier, so I was like, oh, hey, he weird for that one. Just kidding.
Put the beds together.
Nah, bro. Like, okay, you're gonna find the lady, and they're gonna be like, oh, well, your bed's over here. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Danny don't care as long as there's a room. As long as there's a room, Danny gonna make it happen.
True, some people don't care.
Nah, but yeah, like me, for example, like the day that I wake up of.
It's so funny how you're like, anyway, like this.
No, how I prepare, I don't know. I'm usually just tweaking until I go on. I'll just tweak until I get on there. You know, when I'm nervous, I'll be like, like fucking gagging and shit like
You're
that.
singing and shit.
Yeah, and it doesn't go away until I get on stage, you know. So I'll just be there chilling, trying to, you know, distract myself as much as I can. And yeah, I guess just aguantarme until it's time to go on stage. But once it gets on there, you know, the adrenaline hits. You see everybody and everybody's vibing and shit. Everybody's screaming and like, you know, the crowd's working along with you. It all goes away once the adrenaline hits.
And I really think that like practice makes permanent. So like you practice super hard, and then when you get on stage, you'll be nervous. But I mean, like, if you've done it before, you'll be confident about it, you know, and then it'll go away, and then you'll just start vibing, you know, and that's that.
For sure.
Yeah, I feel like that's a little difficult too, especially how like, I mean, you say you don't drink, so it's
Yeah, I don't drink.
Oh, that's true. You don't drink, huh?
Right.
So I'm just raw dogging it until I get on there.
Yeah, I feel like with us, like we get nervous, we're like, all right, you know, we're gonna take a shower or something.
Right.
It's like the other day we were, sorry, Chewy, to bring this up, but like, Chewy went on like on a date, and he didn't drink.
Yeah, when? Oh, sorry. Anyway, I remember now. I remember.
It was the date, right?
Wait, what's the date?
And then we were like, hey, like, you know, we're giving him tips and everything, but he doesn't drink, so like he had to like raw dog it too, like
Right.
a concert, you know, be like sober.
He's like, oh, that one.
Yeah, usually I'm just raw dogging it, so I'll just be tweaking it up until I get up there, and it's just like get a couple gags out, and then go up there, and then we
Throw up.
Yeah, throw up. Now I've never thrown up, thankfully, but yeah, once I get up there, we're chilling, we're vibing.
Have you guys ever had like an embarrassing moment on stage where you guys like fucked up,
I did one time.
or like you fell or some shit?
One time, I forgot where the hell this was at, but it happened, and I remember it was embarrassing. The microphone will obviously be like on a stand, right? And I like to take it out and move around. And I was trying to I think it was Lollapalooza, actually. I was trying to get it out, and it was fucking stuck. And then I pull it, and boom, I hit myself in the face with that shit, and it was so embarrassing, but I just kept going. It was whatever.
Damn, I just start bleeding or like you break a tooth.
I didn't, thankfully, but it was all good. I just kept it going. Yeah.
For me, I think one time I had my keyboard on a stand, and my keyboard's like $3,000, $4,000, but the keyboard stand was hella wobbly, and I was playing it, bro, and it dropped, bro. I was just like, la, and then all the people saw it too. Everybody gasped and shit.
Yeah.
And I was
I'm trying to
just
feel
like,
empathy for you right now.
yeah. I had to just pick it back up.
Just put the beds together, bro.
It's come back to the beds.
Exactly.
He's gonna hold that against
Yeah,
you forever.
facts.
I was trying to feel empathy for you. I was trying to feel bad, but I was like, you know what? Shit happens. Just kidding.
Just put the piano stand back up.
Dan, did you
Right.
bring your guitar?
Yeah, bro. I always got it on me, bro.
Man,
Yeah.
maybe we you can show us a song or something.
Oh, I'm super down.
Would y'all be down to show us some songs?
For sure,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah, what's up, guys? We're Los Aptos, and we're here today with Agushto, Papa. We're going to be doing some little songs with you guys, showing you guys some of our music. This first one is called Tal Vez, and it goes like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hoy pensé en nosotros, baby. Pensé en lo que vivimos y todo lo que tú y yo pudimos ser. Pero ya que hasta pensé en hablarte, baby, para hablar de lo que planeamos, a dónde queríamos viajar. Londres, toda Europa. Hoy pasé por tu casa solo para ver si te miraba. Quería yo volver al pasado, tan solo si fuera un rato. Tal vez no fue nuestro tiempo, baby. Tal vez no fue el universo, baby, para nosotros. Pues chinga ni modo. Tal vez no fue nuestro tiempo, baby. Tal vez no fue el universo, baby, pero yo te espero para intentar de nuevo. Hoy pasé por tu casa solo para ver si te miraba. Quería yo volver al pasado, tan solo si fuera un rato. Tal vez no fue nuestro tiempo, baby. Tal vez no fue el universo, baby, para nosotros. Pues chinga ni modo. Tal vez no fue nuestro tiempo, baby. Tal vez no fue el universo, baby, pero yo te espero para intentar de nuevo.
Shout out to Los Aptos for showing us those songs. Thank you guys. We also want to thank you guys for pulling up to the studio doing this podcast. You guys will always have our support. Is there any message or anything you guys want to tell the fans and people that support you guys?
Yeah, for sure. Well, first of all, we want to thank you guys for always opening up your guys' doors to us, treating us well, you know, since the beginning, since I woke this dude up and shit. No, but yeah, thank you guys so much always for the support. And yeah, we got our new album coming out soon, May 30th. We just dropped Tal Vez. It's on all platforms. And yeah, hopefully you guys all enjoy it. Thank you to everybody who supports us and listens to our music. And yeah, thank you guys so much.
And thank you to everyone who stayed till the end.
Quedamos a la orden.
To Los Aptos.